Welcome to Martini Time. It's been a great day for me. I gave my first public talk at the Mindfulness Meditation Center in Richmond, and there was a room full of people there. They had just finished a 3-day class, and I didn't realize it, but I was their keynote speaker, the final speaker for the 3 days. So it was a large crowd, and this meditation center is on East Parham Road, and it's gorgeous, beautiful, specially built center for community meetings and meditation, and they have a website and Facebook page, and I was very impressed, and so I was invited to give a talk, and I was quite honored because they didn't know who I was, and they had I had been teaching weekly at the Lifelong Learning Institute, and one of the students there was part of this meditation group, and she told them that they should invite me for a talk. So they looked up some of my talks here on Facebook and decided that I wasn't going to embarrass them, so I gave a talk, and I created a new name for myself. I'm just realizing right now the irony of it. And the talk was about the Southside Yogi. Now, you really don't appreciate that unless you're from Southside, Virginia. Because when I came here in 1981, after 10 years of guru yoga and intense practice to be a yoga teacher, and even selling my house to go to India and stay with the guru in the ashram there. Just side note, the ashram I went to was in Ganeshpuri, and that was the ashram that the Eat, Pray, and Love writer went to. However, I was Swami Muktananda's ashram, and so I thought, I was going to be a big yoga teacher now, and came to Southside, Virginia, temporarily to Blackstone, because we had no money. We spent it all going to India, and it was temporary. So, and here I stayed, unable to leave, although I tried many times, because Southside Virginia, particularly at that time, yoga was either something the devil did or you ate it. So, instead of leaving and going to an area that supported and wanted yoga and wanted to give me an opportunity to teach or to speak or whatever, for some reason, for some strange path of my Dharma trail, of my sadhana, I stayed here, and best thing I ever did. So the Southside Yogi is kind of like, looking back over my life here, it's kind of like being like the Maytag Repairman who nobody ever called, or Charlie the Tuna, who, sorry Charlie, you're not ready for the Tuna Factory. So the Southside Yogi never bloomed here. Gave it all up. And but then it came in through the back door. And my life has been a life of solitary practice. I talked about today that my first inspirational teacher was Thomas Merton. And I was in the submarines at the time, and I was reading Seven Story Mountain and his works, which at that time weren't many because he wrote so much later. But I was so amazed why this young, intellectual, academic person with a great career in academia went to a Trappist monastery monastery and took a vow of silence. And only because of his writing did the abbot allow him to write. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to write. And so why did I come to Southside, Virginia? It was almost like, as I look back on it now, in this reflective pose I'm in today, it was almost like I came to a monastery where the people here, beautiful people, the culture did not open the door when I knocked. And for good reason. I had nothing to sell. And so the moral of I was reflecting today, and I wrote on my introductory post here, that back in the 60s I tried a lot of different things. One of them was selling World Book. And I would knock on doors. And I was not very successful at it. So it was, well, there was the reason I got out of it, because the manager I had was making a lot of money, but he was selling it to poor black neighborhoods who were very hungry for education. And so he was selling these world books and teaching me how to do it because it was a quick sale, an easy sale, and you would get your little bit of money up front, but then they would never be able to finish paying for it. You know, so anyway, yeah. And I remember, I got to share this with you. So I was in training with my manager. His name was Henry Bernick. And so we knocked on the door. And he always told me, now look for something that will give you an opening, like a card or a name or something that will give you an opening. So there was a name on the door. So I knocked on it, and some woman opened. And I said, hello, Mrs. Handel. I'm Henry Bernick, and this is Ed Conley. There was a knocker on the door that said, turn handle. And then I realized what I'd said, and it was so funny that she let me in. I can't. I'm sorry. It was just... But anyway, I didn't become a successful World Book salesman, and I was not a successful yoga salesman either. So anyway, because in the after 2005, when my yoga came back to me, I got to have some kind of program. I got to be, you know. So I spent I've got a computer full of programs that I wrote, packaging to sell the yoga, meditation, stress management, whatever you want to call it. I figured I got the cereal, but I need to package it. You just can't sell cereal. You got to package it. So I kept looking for the right package. But in this area, they didn't want that cereal. You know? So no matter what I packaged, it wasn't going to sell. So the cereal was no good. Anyway, it was very creative for me because I kept growing. I kept evolving creatively in order to create the package that would sell. It's very ironic. You can't sell the cereal. So you keep thinking, well, it's not the cereal, it's the packaging. So I can create the package, program, sell it, you know, all this stuff, you know. And so you keep trying to create a better package. Now this creates skills. This creates marketable skills. Do the graphic arts, the writing, the concepts, the organization, all of that. So I kept evolving and evolving, never selling the cereal. And so finally, I realized that I had nothing to sell. I didn't need to sell anything. I didn't need to knock on any doors. The door that you really want to open is one that opens when you don't knock. You ever think of that? So we spend a lot of time in America knocking on doors, trying to sell our stuff, trying to be somebody, trying to sell, which means be somebody. If you're going to sell your stuff, people buy it, that means you're valuable, right? So that means you want to be valuable, you want to be respected, you want to make money, get some fame, get some likes, you see. So if you need that, you're going to come up with the packaging that will sell it, the ad, the message, you see. So, but then when you start doing, you start really asking the heartfelt questions. What are you selling? Why are you selling? Why, you know? And I'm not saying anything wrong with, you know, making money or making a living or anything. I'm talking about something a little deeper, you see. So it's all about future. So if you like my mother said when she was 100, I'm happy because I have no future. So if you really understand time and future and the need to become something because you don't feel like you're valuable now, your value is in the future, so you have to become that, create that, because now you're like Charlie the Tuna, you know, not ready for the Tuna Factory. Or my other more modern ad, the GM ad, or GE ad, you can't lift the hammer. You know, that whole, you know, so the Southside Yogi is really about realizing that yoga means union with the world, that you can't sell union with the world. Because if you had union with the world, you wouldn't have to sell anything. If you had union with your life, if I had union with Southside Virginia, I wouldn't need to sell Southside Virginia anything. See, if union means no future, union means we're one now. Not tomorrow, not tomorrow we'll be one, not tomorrow you'll buy my stuff, not tomorrow I'll be valuable. We're valuable now in our union. And our being one is the value, and there's no tomorrow in that, you see. Being one is always now. You're not being one tomorrow or yesterday, so you got to retrieve it or get to it tomorrow. Union means the end of conflict, the end of separation, and the end of separation means the end of time. And it doesn't mean you don't catch a bus or fix stuff. My air conditioning is out, and the guy's coming to look at it tomorrow. So that's practical time. You know, I want to get it fixed. You'll come tomorrow. That's functional time. But we're talking about spiritual time. We're talking about mind time. We're talking about living for tomorrow. When we, by missing today, you see. We're talking about our value in life, you see, our peace. We're talking about our peace with ourselves and the world. And you can't get to peace with yourself and the world. You can't get to contentment if you're trying to sell yourself for tomorrow, which has all kinds of variations. Basically, it's hoping that tomorrow my dreams will come true. Well, that has a level of, function, but if you're dreaming to be who you are tomorrow, when you get to tomorrow, you're still going to be dreaming about being who you are tomorrow. You see. So anyway, the Southside Yogi is really a wonderful story about myself and my attempts to sell myself so God will love me, or the community will love me, or Facebook will love me, or the world will love me, or I will love me. So I laugh at the irony of it. I laugh at the absurdity of it. And I hope you can laugh at it too. Because the story I told today was everybody's story, only in my unique way. So everybody has the same story, but it's in their unique way. So everyday mind. In Zen, the master said, the monk, what is the way, master? What is the way? And he said, everyday mind. What? I'm in everyday mind. I want to find a way to a better mind. I want to find a way to a better me. You see, what do you mean, everyday mind? Everyday mind is where you're at right now. In your little mundane, I'm retired, I'm very mundane. But everybody lives in the mundane world of getting up, washing your teeth, doing the dishes, taking out the trash. We don't chop wood anymore, but we fix the air conditioner. That's mundane stuff. That's not exciting. And that's where enlightenment is. That's where union is. That's where you are, you see. So if we can't live there, we can't live anywhere. And that's the truth. You have to live wholeheartedly in your everyday world with what's given, with what you've got. Whether you're poor or rich or what, you still go to the bathroom, you still wash the dishes or load the dishwasher, whatever. It's still mundane. It's still everyday mind. And that's where reality is. So if you can ground yourself in that and not seek anything and say, oh, I don't want to be mundane, I want to be, I want to be famous and exciting and all that. If that's your ground, you see, then you're setting yourself up to be the Southside Yogi. You see, you're setting yourself up to be the Maytag Repairman. Somebody may call and you may get your what you want, but it won't hold, it won't last. Because if you can live and accept and be happy with everyday mind, then whatever happens is okay, and whatever that doesn't happen is okay. You see? So, we'll end with that. Thank you for dropping in, and I'll see you in the morning at Zen Fits.